All right, Sean. 1-1 weekend, a loss at BG, and then a win on Sunday at Toledo. Could have been a 2-0 weekend. Talk a little bit about that BG game and what you saw and what you guys wanted to improve on, what you did on Sunday.
Yeah, we jump out to 2-0 lead, kind of exactly where you want to be in the second half. Jules had a fantastic goal to open the scoring that night, and then just a fantastic effort from Gianna to get the second one. And you know what? It just at the end of the day, we just didn't do a good enough job, obviously, seeing out a game. Looking back and watching tape, and I got to give credit to Bowling Green. I was probably out-coached in that situation. I think we were getting a bit spread apart. Probably should have made some adjustments to really take some pressure off the girls and kind of put them in a tough spot. But I think at the end of the day, when you look at the weekend, I think a lesser team, that would have really affected them. Having a 2-goal lead, conceding that, a lot of teams would have crumbled, and just the wheels might have fallen off at that point. And our girls are the complete opposite. They came back, they battled. Not only a shutout on the Sunday, get the 1-0 win on the road against a great Toledo team. I think Toledo came in having scored 8 goals maybe in their last 2 games, so to keep them off the sheet. I just think it says a lot about our players and the character of this group.
How important was that comeback game on Sunday for the rest of the season? Getting that confidence going again, and like you said, team could have crumbled and could have really folded going down the stretch. But now a big win, a shutout win, especially. Does that give this team a lot more confidence heading forward, knowing that they could do that against a good team?
I believe so. We've had so many different ups and downs this year, and the one thing you got to give this team credit for, they believe. And again, they're finding ways. And we've got a tough stretch coming up here with 3 games remaining, and this conference is such a battle right now just to make the top 8, and then it's anybody from there. So I think our girls are aware of that, and they're showing up and they're ready to perform.
Julia, where do you feel the team's confidence is right now? 3 games left in the regular season before playoffs begin. Where do you feel like the team is?
I think Sunday's game, coming back and winning, has helped our confidence a lot. And on Friday, losing is never easy, but I'm glad it happened then, and it brought us closer together as a group and has brought our confidence up, being able to respond to that.
What does it say about this team to be able to come back on the Sunday after a tough defeat on Friday? What does it say about this group that you guys have together this year?
I think just every player on our team has a different thing that drives them and a different reason they're playing. And if they can find that to motivate them late in games when things are getting tough, then I think that's going to make the difference late in the conference and late in games. And I think losing on Friday has helped us find that.
Sean, talk a little bit about Julia's play. You moved her into a different role this weekend, and it seemed like she didn't miss a beat, and seems like she's playing at the highest level she has since she's been here.
Yeah, and she's been performing like this for 4 years. Jules has been a standout player for us. She's been a captain now for 2 years, and it doesn't matter if we have her central or even in that wide midfield spot. At the end of the day, we want to get Jules on the ball as much as possible. She's our playmaker. She's our most creative player, and I think she's taken it upon herself this year. You look at herself and Charisma, that duo together. They're doing whatever they physically can every single game to get a result for this team, and it shows day in and day out.
Julia, Sean said after the game on Sunday that the leaders of the group really stepped up on Sunday to pull that positive result. Did you guys have to say anything as captains going into Sunday, or did you guys just kind of let everybody do their own thing and just help lead the team?
We met as a team to just really focus in on what each of our goals are, and the reality of it is that the season goes by so fast and every game counts. So just realizing that and realizing what our goals are, where we want to end up in the MAC, is kind of what motivated us.
How comfortable were you with playing in the new position this weekend? Obviously, you scored a goal and had an assist and had a strong weekend. Were you comfortable there? And moving forward, does it matter where you play, or is it just, you're just going to do whatever you can to help the team win?
Yeah, wherever I'm needed in the game I'll put my best effort in that position. And the group of girls we have on this team, they make it easy for me to play anywhere.
Sean, you mentioned that, the depth really played a big role this weekend without one of your key players in there. And, there was a couple players that stepped up. Talk a little bit about the bench and how they performed this weekend after watching film.
It's good. Obviously, losing Mo, who's been such a big part of our success for the weekend, was tough. But again, we got Kara back, who's been out with injury. Carly stepped up and had substantial minutes. And I think a big telling thing is you look at Caitlin Walsh late in the Toledo game, holding on to 1-0 game. She's in there, battling, doing everything she can to help preserve the win. So again, I think those players that were asked, especially in the midfield role, really stepped up and contributed, and we need that. Especially, we logged a lot of minutes. I don't know if we used too many players on the Friday, so we had to respond on the Sunday, and players were willing to step up.
You guys have a big weekend coming home for your last 2 home regular season matches. Ball State on Thursday night, and then Miami on Sunday. Talk a little bit about what you guys need to do this weekend against 2 tough. Ball State's a very tough team, and Miami's playing a lot better as of late. So talk a little bit about what you guys have to do this weekend.
It's going to be a tough weekend for sure. Nice to be home. Again, you obviously have a very, very talented Ball State team coming in. I don't think it's an accident that they've won the conference the last 2 years. And look at their conference record the last 3 years. That team doesn't lose many games. They know how to win games, and it's going to be tough. And they're fighting to win the regular season still. And I think for us, our mentality needs to be we should absolutely want to try to fight to host a game, and that might be out of our control. But all we can do is worry about the 2 teams coming to play us, and show up and put in a good performance. Because I think as a group we believe that if we show up and we put in the best performance that we can, a solid performance, we'll come out on the right end. But again, as tight as this conference is right now, every single result matters.
Julia, how excited are you guys to return home for 2 straight games, fighting for a chance to host and hopefully have another game at UB Stadium?
I'm very excited because playing in front of your own home crowd is something special. Friday night games under the lights with your home crowd has always been like my favorite through my college career, and if we can fight to get that home playoff spot, I think it could really give us an extra push with our own fans cheering us on.
Sunday's senior day for you and 2 others, Laura and Mora. Talk a little bit about what that Sunday is going to mean to you guys, and what are you guys going to do to make sure that you get a win on that Sunday?
It's just really hard to believe that Sunday's already senior day. I think every athlete has that moment where it clicks in that they don't get another go-around at this, and this is like the final stretch of Laura, Mora, and I's career here, and I think it would mean a ton to get a win because it's just going to work towards our end goal anyways of winning the conference, so getting the win is just one step in the right direction.
Sean, this is right now the second winningest senior class in the history of this program. This is your first recruiting class as head coach. Obviously, you were recruiting before, but what does this class kind of mean to you as being as a head coach here?
Obviously, it's a pretty special group. When you look at Jules and Laura being a part of this, it was obviously a small class that came in 14. But you look at all the success and accolades that came in that season, and just a lot of ups and downs, adversity that these 2 had to go through as individuals, as a team these last few years. But at the end of the day, there's nobody else I'd rather have than these 2. And you got to throw Mo in the mix, obviously, because she's been here for 3 years. You're telling me right now we're in the depths of a playoff run and possibly doing something special. These are the 3 players we absolutely want.
Good. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, Louis.
Good
Thanks,
work.
Jules.